Hello and welcome to Sonic Sunday School. This week, as I mentioned last week, I wanted to talk a little bit about Chapman Guitars. I have a few Chapman guitars, 3 to be exact, and I have played, I think, each one of them in a video in the past. I did a full review, or, well, a basic review on the ML3 Modern, and then I got an email from somebody asking why I don't play the Chapmans more often, and asking if they were really that good of a guitar, considering I barely ever played it. He had noticed that I was playing a Squire and things like that, wanted to know why I was playing that over the Chapman, and it has nothing to do with quality. These guitars are very nice. The fit and finish, the fretwork is great. They sound good, they play good. They're made in the same factory as, the PRSSEs and some Schechters and things like that. So, I mean, the factory does a good job. It's a South Korean factory. And, yeah, they're great. 3-piece neck for stability. This is a Sapele mahogany body. Solid. Weighs a ton. But, I mean, there's plenty of reviews on these guitars out there. I'm basically just trying to address the one question of why I don't play Chapman guitars on my videos. And there's one simple, easy answer for that. Fret markers. These don't have any fret markers other than the infinity symbol at the 12th fret. So if I'm trying to show somebody a scale, sure, it's got side markers. I know exactly where I'm at. But you, watching me on video, might not know exactly where that was on the neck without looking and maybe counting frets or something like that. When there's fret markers, you can easily see, oh, well, 3, 5, 7, Where with this, it's just blank. So that makes it a little harder for you to see what I'm doing. So I've decided to go ahead and play guitars that have dots. That's why I've played the Squire and the Pacifica, and I've got the Lag guitars, and there's a whole host of my Godins. But the Chapmans are the only guitars I have that don't have fret markers. That's why you don't see them in the lesson videos. It just makes it that much more difficult for the viewer to see what I'm doing, where I'm at. And that's really what it boils down to. There's nothing wrong with the quality. I play these guitars a lot. I just don't do it on video. But yeah, I'm completely happy with these guitars. I'm glad to hear that they're doing well and growing as a company. Even if you aren't, even if you don't watch Anderton's videos or Rob Chapman's videos, check out the guitars. They're really nice. I know that there are more and more dealers here in the U.S. As time goes on. So if you get a chance to go check one out, do so. I purchased this one from RNA Music in Canton, Texas. Sight unseen. I had no idea what it was going to feel like, what it would play like. I'd heard sound clips online, but that's all I had. So this was a gamble. But I figured, I don't know, I liked all the components, I liked the way it looked. I like a natural guitar, a nice satin finish on a guitar. I kind of like the way it starts to wear after a while. This one's starting to get a shiny spot here from where I never realized this before, but apparently my fingers touch the body when I'm playing. Up till this, I've pretty much always played either pick-guarded guitars or that's had a gloss finish on it, and shining up or wearing a spot's never been an issue. And I don't think it's an issue. I actually think it's kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of relic guitars. The ones that get that way through honest use, I like. I've got an Ibanez RG that's also satin finish, and it's got the same spot of shiny wood from where I never realized my fingers touched and rubbed the body, but apparently they do. It's not as big of a thing for my ML3 because it's an arch top, and apparently my fingers don't do that because I've got some Washburns as well that are arch top and matte finish, and that's not an issue. But let me go ahead and grab the other ML1. And here's the other ML1. This one is in ash. Remember how I said the other one was heavy? That's actually why I bought this ash one. I like the guitar so much, but I wanted something lighter for any long time on stage. So I went ahead and ordered this from RNA Music. I like it just like the other one. It plays just as well, sounds just as good. It's just several pounds lighter, so it makes a little better stage guitar. That doesn't mean the other one's oppressively heavy, but it's about 9.5 pounds. That's pretty heavy for a Strat style guitar, especially if you're used to playing 3 or 4 hours a night on stage. That it can get a little bit much. So lighter is better. But yeah, I mean, same three-piece neck, nice neck joint, push-pull, 3-way toggle switch. Like I said, there's been so many reviews on these guitars that I didn't even bother doing a review on them. I did the review on the ML3 basically because I really, really, really liked that guitar when it came, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a review on it. And let me go ahead and dig that one out. Alright, so my ML3 Modern. This guitar I actually got to play before I bought. Chappers and his crew, with the help of Rip City, did an American tour. 2 of them actually, one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast. And I'm in Ohio, so when they hit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I drove up to Cleveland to attend the little tour stop. And of course they had all the Chapman models at the time there, and I got to play this. I liked it because if any of you know me or have seen any of my other videos where I talk about my guitars, I like a hardtail, dual humbuckers, maple neck, ebony fingerboard. I mean, I did a review on this guitar. You all know what it is. And if you don't, Google it or look on YouTube. There's other video reviews of it. I did a video review of it, and it's out there. Alright, one thing I will mention about this guitar is, while it is a Telecaster shape, in my opinion it is not very Tele-like. I don't even think the traditional one is more Tele-like, but this is way more what you would expect from a big old single cut like a Les Paul or one of those Washburns or I don't know, like a Tremonti PRS, or something that's bigger and beefier, because the body on this is pretty thick for a telly. It's got an arch top, like I said, a fixed bridge. I laugh and I joke because this is pretty much what I would want in a single cut style guitar. I like the 25.5-inch scale length. I like the fact that it's a bolt-on neck and you can get all the way up. You get some of these set neck guitars and they have this big block of wood that comes all the way out to here. And I mean, to play any higher notes, you're almost doing this to get to some of these notes. And I really like the fact that I can go all the way up and play this highest note, and I'm not even touching the body right now. I'm just touching neck. So that's really nice on this guitar. It is a little heavier, but I don't know if it's because of the shape or the balance. It's not as noticeable as far as weight goes as even the ML1 that I just showed you, the mahogany bodied one. Well, like I said, it's not oppressively heavy. This one probably weighs about the same, if not maybe a little more. And but the way it's balanced, it's great. It's a completely different neck. I don't know if the radius is the same. I haven't measured that, but this neck feels a little thinner and a little wider. And of course, you've got your adjustment down here instead of up on the headstock like you do the DML1. I don't know if that matters to you. It doesn't really matter to me all that much. But yeah, it really boils down to the reason I don't play Chapman guitars in my videos is because there are no fret markers. That's really what it comes down to. There's no other reason. And if I had a Chapman that had fret markers, I would probably use it. I don't. So I don't. And I don't know that I will be affording any more Chapman guitars for a while. I mean, I have 3. I don't really need any others. And I can't think of any of them that will do anything that I don't already have a guitar that does. I've got the dual humbuckers. I've got, a hum single in the 2 ML1s. And I don't use a Floyd, so I don't want the hot rod or Rabia's model. The Ghost fret looks nice, but again, I know it's different kind of pickups, but we're still talking hardtail 2 humbuckers, and I'm completely happy with this. This is actually in the running to be one of my favorite guitars. What else can I say? The only reason you don't see them is because it doesn't have fret markers on the fretboard. That's the only reason I don't play them on video. I play them all the time, recording or whatever, but I don't use them on video simply because it would make it harder for somebody to learn. That's what it comes down to. So I hope that answers your question and satisfies your curiosity about the quality of the guitars. They're very high quality, very high quality. A lot of the guitars that I have, I might recommend some of the less expensive ones because they're less expensive. These, I've done a couple of videos on the cheap guitars, and that's what they are. They're inexpensive. They're nice guitars, but they're inexpensive. These run, 5 and up. I think most of them are 6 and up now. But I would put these up against any other guitar in their price range. And perhaps maybe even a little higher price range. I've played some higher end guitars. And if you don't mind, like I said, with the Sapele mahogany ones, if you don't mind the weight, and I mean weight, go for it. Otherwise, get an Ash one. Or if you like the Floyds, I think Rabia's is Alder. And his is also, I want to say a set neck, might be neck through. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. But the specs are all on the Chapman Guitars website. So I hope that answers any of your questions. And yes, this is one of my favorite guitars. I really like the ML1, both of them as well. I just, you don't see them because they don't have the fret markers. So that's all it is. And I hope that answers any questions or anything that you have. If you have any other questions, message me or comment below. And, like and subscribe if you like it. And I will see you next time. All right? Take care.